Parcels. They provide a significant source of revenue for British Railways, and we strive to provide a reliable service to our customers. We have a wide range of different wagons, each catering for a different type of parcel, including Mrs. Smith's. She works at the local post office, and that's not a hat. She's making her way to a local goods office so she can drop off yet another package of magazines.
Morning, Mrs. Smith.
Oh, hello.
What have you got for us today?
Well, it needs to go to Deansbridge, actually, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's all good. We'll be putting it on the next train.
Oh, goody. Bye.
Bye.
Now there's only one wagon in the yard, but thankfully that's the parcels van, so it's not long until the station porter pops into the goods office to collect the parcels for the next train.
Good morning, John. How are we?
Not so bad, thank you. There's only one for the down train.
Oh, that's all right then. That'll do. That'll do splendidly.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, it's heavy. All right. I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks, John.
The parcel is then carefully loaded into the van. Then the next pick-up goods comes into view. It's already late and it has to stop at the next signal. But it's okay because the signalman has done that so that he can tell the driver of the instructions he needs to follow so that he can access the wagon in the siding.
Hello, Bill. Yeah, man. How you doing?
In short, the whole train needs to move forwards without the brake van, so the guard does this and then waves his arms around to signal the train to leave. And once the engine has run round to the rear of the train, it can then access the siding containing our wagon. You get all sorts of parcels travelling with British Railways, so you never know what's inside. It could be a vase, it could be some china plates. So the engine men know to be gentle when coupling up to the wagons, just in case of any breakages. The train is now all together, but we mustn't forget the brake van, as no goods train can travel without one. So the whole train has to set back to retrieve the brake van, which has been sat on its own on the main line. And thanks to the guard waving his arms around again, it is safely buffered up to the rest of the train. The signal is pulled off, the right of way given, and the train, despite being late, can now go on its merry way. The late running of this goods train means that it arrives at Hadley Junction before the express passenger does, so it gets looped in Hadley Junction's goods loop, so as not to delay the express passenger. It shouldn't be too long before the Down Express passes through, but there's not a lot to do and it gets rather tedious in this rural setting. The signal's off, and here she comes. Not too long before we can progress with our own journey. At last, we can now carry on, despite now being really late. After a brief stop to pick up a cement wagon brought down from the nearby quarry at the next station, which was brought down by one of their own private shunters, our train then reaches the marshalling yard at Derby Junction. Here we lose some wagons and other wagons are rearranged in the sidings. This job of shunting is done by these modern diesels nowadays, brought in by the British Railways modernisation plan. But the good old trusty pannier tank hauls the 3 wagons that we now have, unfortunately 2 of them consist of fish, up the branch to Deanbridge. As soon as our goods train arrives, the porter is dispatched to the platform and unloads the parcels van. He then takes them to the lorry standing in the station forecourt, because Mrs. Smith has paid for the delivery of the parcel into town.
Hello, Mick. Just the one for me, is it?
Oh, it is that, yeah. It's quite heavy, but it's going round to Church Street.
The driver then makes his way through town, stopping off at various houses and businesses to drop off some parcels, before he gets to the recipient of Mrs. Smith's parcel. If there's no answer, then the motorman will return to the house twice, and if there's still no answer, then he'll leave it in a safe place on their property. As evening starts, the motorman takes the lorry back to the depot and then to the next station, and the whole cycle starts over again. Open any railway door and you'll see that we strive for a good service. You'll find that our staff are keen to help passengers and provide a reliable service that people can rely on.